It's the big, big conversation.
Welcome back to the Big Conversation. If you're just joining us, you're right on time because we're diving into a topic that feels especially relevant as we prepare to wrap up the year. Today we're talking about the cost of new beginnings, what we need to let go of before 2026. Another year is knocking, and while everyone is talking about vision boards and resolutions, many of us forget that stepping into a new season often requires dropping some weight. Old habits, old patterns, old fears, even old versions of ourselves. And to help us unpack this beautifully, I'm joined by someone whose creativity, storytelling, and evolution stand out in the media space. She's a TV host, producer, scriptwriter, storyteller, fashion tutor, and fashion designer. Olamiji Temiyemi. I know one person, full package. So good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Welcome.
I'm glad to be here.
All right. So first thing I want to ask, is how are you doing? I know I was once on her show. I don't know how many people used to watch Ajiri B and then Wura Yebi.
Yes.
So what's happening in your life these days?
I'm fine. We keep pushing it, one step at a time. It's not easy to combine media and then fashion in the same space. So, I'm finding my feet gradually.
Yeah. So you're focusing more on the fashion side of
Yes, for now, actually. Yeah. So, for 2026, like we're just saying, new year, new me.
Hey, okay.
So, I'm hoping to dive into the media world back again.
I love it. We're looking forward to that. So, do you ladies also do the whole new year, new me? Titi?
This year, I think I'm going to do it. Next year, rather. I've never really believed in new year, new me. I feel like you can wake up the next morning and be a different version of yourself when you need to. Exactly. But I think December for me has been very reflective. So I'm really out for the new year, new me. God help me. Yes. God help me. Yes. Or maybe not new me, maybe a better version of me.
And that's new, no? Maybe, perhaps. How about you?
And so for me, I always try to change or be better every day. Every single day. What can I change? What can I do? And I think it's not something you can achieve by just saying it. It's something you have to keep doing.
Exactly.
And it's a daily drop of ripple effect. So you can't have that new you at the end of December. Yeah. When you didn't do anything in January, first quarter, second quarter, like that, then of course at December you start feeling some
pressure.
level of
pressure. Yes, we talked about that day before yesterday when we were talking about.
I think we need to every day do something. So that's where the pressure for me is. That what can I do today? Right. How can I change what results I had yesterday? Right. What different thing can I?
Right. But do you ladies think a lot of people who say that are delusional when they say this because they expect that January 1st. I'm just going to, just become this new person.
Like some magic is
yes, do you think there's a lot of delusion in that statement, that new year, new me?
Yes, I believe so because, like she was saying, you can't just wake up one morning and you believe that everything will just change overnight. Right. It's a build-up of consistency. It's a build-up of showing up, of doing things gradually that you want things to be better. You can't just wake up and say, oh, it's January 1st and what magic will happen. There's a lot of pressure that people just unnecessarily put on themselves for January 1st. It's just another day on the calendar, another date,
I used to say so.
Really? So
I won't say that anymore. It's not just another day.
What have you experienced that
it's a sign of a new beginning. And the Bible says, I'm going to quote the Bible here,
Pastor,
that keep on redeeming the times for the days are evil. Time. It also says that teach us to number our days. Yes. So it's not just another day. It's a very important time, in your season of life. Okay, so for me, I'm not going to see it before. Maybe like 6 months ago, 1 year ago, I used to say it's just another day. It's just I think that is a new time. It's a new season, whether we like it or not. It's another label. It's another year. You're growing older. You're growing. You're experiencing new things. Things that didn't happen in 2025 are happening on January 1st or even the first quarter of 2025. So 2026. So you need to get with the program and understand.
While I agree with you, I don't think God said, oh, January 1st. That can happen March 2nd. Yes. And that only happens when something changes, not because I say, oh, it's a new year, and then something necessarily
Okay, so
changes.
But companies come up with New Year plans. They come up with, goals. They come up with development plans and everything, and they attach time to it. So that means that they value it. They know that by 2020, when you look at the Sustainable Development Goals, they say by 2030, because time is of essence. So if you say it's just another day, we still have time. You might not meet up to that,
so what
expectation.
I feel,
So I agree with you on that. It's a build-up of little actions. But the way I live my life now, I'm conscious of the
time,
days.
Yes, I love it.
So I feel like, yes, both of you are quite correct. Because you're saying, it's just another day. Don't put pressure on yourself.
Yes.
And you're saying, oh, it's another day, but it's a day to mark a new horizon, a new time in your life, so that you can map out what you want to achieve and do it. So that's like you're putting a timeline. You're making sure that you deliver on the assignment, on God's driven goals and aspiration and destiny for you, and it's quite okay. But you see, there was a video I was watching recently. I won't want to mention the pastor, but yeah, she was telling the over 40-year-olds that they should live their life. Should not allow the pressures of life or the things that people do or say to you to impact on you and make you drowse or feel like lesser of yourself.
Like you're not doing enough.
Yes, you should just live your life, that this life is for the living, that you should attach value and attach meaning and be happy.
Enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life. So my own, and somebody even responded to me, but I tried to call the person to explain the person that it's not about the person who is driving the message, but about the message, which is don't traumatize yourself, don't kill yourself, don't turn yourself into a depressed person just because of what people have ascribed as the achievement you should achieve. So the same thing, these are two opposite, but actually they all have good. Well, they mean well.
Right.
Recently, so something happened to me, I think I've just been away from the social media space for a while. I'm just back in my shell.
Like, where are you? Yes.
I'm just back in my shell. I'm just like, I'm not sure I want to do this right now. But then recently, I was thinking, I said, okay, I have new plans for January, but why not start consistently? Let's build up something before January 1st and see what that can do. And then funny enough, the next day, I just had this very funny idea in my head. I just told one of my students, please just shoot this for me. And I posted it online. And it's like the most viral thing that I've ever posted in my life.
Oh, wow.
I had blogs repost, and I had a lot of people coming to my DM to ask, where have you been?
I think that's why I rediscovered you.
Exactly, where have you been? We've been looking for you, And in my head, I was like, okay, if I'd waited for January 1st, that idea might not even be the same again. It might not even work with that season.
The rush might be too much.
Again. So sometimes it's just constant build up, then eventually when January comes, you have better plans and all of that.
Right. I agree. And I also think that, I also agree that you have to sort of sit down and determine, okay, what have I done? It's all part of the strategy. What have I done? What have I carried? What baggage have I carried this year that I know I don't want? For some people, it's friends. I know some people do that just to spite some friends. There are from some friends I'm not going into 2026. I'm like, who wants to go with you?
Who wants to go alone? I don't care.
You nasty. I don't want to go with you either. So I know people say that with a lot of spite, just to spite their friends on our WhatsApp status. I'm blocking people. So but what do you think? What are some of the things that you think people should really sit down and say, I cannot carry into this year? And how do they determine those things?
Well, I think you should have a meeting with yourself, to be honest. Do a if you want to appoint a board of directors for your life, the way we have board of directors for companies, appoint board of directors for your life. Let them tell you the truth. I know people are out there trying to massage your ego, mental health. They don't want you to feel bad, but your life will spoil.
Hey,
that's the truth. So if you think that,
I heard that in Yoruba.
Yeah, so appoint a board because they know that you are a project. They're not seeing you as, just someone. They know you, but they also know what you can be. So appoint those people, let them talk to you. If you cannot appoint them, because that takes a level of vulnerability, then do that for yourself. Be honest with yourself and tell yourself what you need to take off. It might be just the fact that you might even be living an entitled life without knowing, expecting that things will come out this certain way, and you just feel like, how come I did all of that and it didn't work out? You have to think about another way, another strategy to living life. And that's why I say that a new year presents an opportunity to do that for you. It's not that you're going to wait until January 1. You have already mentally started the process for the new year. So I think for us, I mean, if I would answer that question, is have a thorough, honest conversation with yourself. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very hard because you're going to hit yourself in some areas where you've been scared to go to. And then if you don't go there, you end up at the end of 2026 being on the same spot. So I think that point is where many of us don't want to go to. And so it doesn't allow us to take action in certain areas of our lives. We might be winning in the eye of people, but their standards are not our standards. We know what we can be. We know who we can be. So they might be comfortable with who we are, but are we comfortable with who we are? So at that level, it's not about people, it's about you.
Gem.
I'm going to have that.
Gem.
I'll add that to my New Year resolution. It makes a lot of sense, you know.
To me.
And, you know, to just, you know, add up to what you have said, I think the fact that she said, oh, you should have a board of, you know, have a board. People would always tell you the truth. You know, we all need people like that in our lives. Even when you've messed up, you know, I've done something wrong, but I can actually tell this person what I have done. They'll tell me the truth, but at least I know how to improve on it. It makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. For some people, especially when you are a certain age, when you've grown to, it's harder to let go of certain things because you are set in your ways. So it takes a lot of wisdom and it takes a lot of strength and discipline to be able to say, I'm not going to, you know, go into the year with this kind of people or with this mindset. It may not even be people, it may just be a mindset.
Even bad decisions.
Bad decisions, absolutely. Or maybe habits. For example, I remember last year, 2024, 2025, I said I was going to replace, I knew that I'm a screen person. I love being on a screen, but I wanted to replace mindless scrolling, for example. So I took the decision to do more YouTube, go to YouTube University.
Educational content.
So now, in fact, that's why if you watched my rap, I did a 2025 rap that showed how much content I consumed in 2025. You see that it says, I consume a lot of content about self-development. So I wanted to consume a lot of content that will help me be a better leader, better manager of people, you know, just be a better, and I focused on that this year, and it really helped me. So you have to be honest and pick out some of those little things, because what they say is, the best way to get rid of a habit is to replace it with another one.
Yes.
You know, so if you leave a vacuum, something is going to find it, or it's going to crawl back in there. So for me, I knew I'm a screen person. I love being on social media. But how am I going to ensure that if I'm on that medium, I am learning, I'm developing myself, as opposed to just looking at other people's lives. I'm like, oh, this person,
I'm not consuming the wrong things.
Yeah, exactly, and not consuming the wrong things. So how would you answer that question, Chisom, on how to determine what you need to leave in 2025, for example?
I think Scooch has really done a lot of
As
work.
yes.
She leaves some of us, you know, wondering if we're. I mean, God has sent her to us on the show today. But for me, I feel it's so for us. We have different aspects of our lives. So one is the spiritual, the other is the physical, your friends, the social, you know, and all of that, family, friends. So by the time you look at all these sectors, you know where you're doing very well. Yeah. You know where you are. You know, you need more work. So I think that's, because the truth of the matter is that when you are doing well in one aspect, there's one that is suffering. When you are doing too good in one place, or you're even not
balanced. So balance is myth.
Yes.
You know, if you are a church, you know, church goer, let me use that word, and you are fixated in the things of God, sometimes it's not all the time. Your finances might be suffering. Sometimes, not all the time.
I know.
When you are fixated,
if you're a church addict, let's put it that way.
Because anything church, anything church, in my own side, anything church is more like giveaway. You're giving to God, you're giving to man, you're giving to the less, you know, underserved. So which is good. So don't get me wrong. Let's get that part. Which is very good, because you are also sowing seed in the spiritual. But then when you also have to tackle family as a family person, you know that you have responsibilities, you know you have, you know, to live up to. You also need to make sure you balance the spiritual aspect of your life with the economic value that you are bringing.
And with wisdom, actually.
And with wisdom.
Wisdom. Don't spend You are looking for a job and you are
profited
in
man
the
to
church,
direct.
except when you work in a church office. You are in church from Monday to Sunday.
This conversation is deeper than this. We
Yeah.
can go
Wisdom
deep.
profited man
Exactly.
to direct.
Yeah.
Wisdom profited
Wisdom,
man to
yes.
direct. So by the
Yes.
time you look at it, and then on social, that one is very important. In fact, I was looking at something recently where people actually have like, you know, you don't even, if you don't go to normal parties, you can, that would help you to socialize. Like it's a party that goes on every
Right,
weekend. So
right.
people of like minds can be part of that.
Absolutely.
So that's something that I know is not really in Ibadan. And a lot of people are lacking in that aspect.
The social life.
The social, like people want to go for events. There are events.
Yes.
But there are people who, they don't have events.
Okay.
The kind of life that they live, they
go
don't
to
go
events.
event. They don't have, or the work
By
they
choice.
do. Maybe the work they do also does not allow for them
Some
to
people
have
are
time
introverts, they
to
don't-
go ahead.
They
Introverts.
don't know how to mingle with
So
people.
these are the things that you need to look at, all of these things. Otherwise, you won't have a balanced life.
Absolutely. Now, I want to ask, because especially in this day of block, I'm going to block anything that makes me uncomfortable. I block. As we go into 2020, because a lot of people do that, I see that and I'm like, by the time you block everybody, then you now find yourself very lonely. You find yourself to blame. I've been in that. I've been at that point in my life as well. Where, you make me a little uncomfortable, I block you. I do it silently. It's like I just disappear. You don't even know when I disappear. And I found that at one point in my life, I was really lonely because when I now needed people, it was like you block them all. You know. So how do you differentiate as people go into the new year, temporary discomforts, and when there's a sign that something must or someone must go? When it's just temporary discomforts, and because now people don't know how to, they don't have. Even in marriages these days, I guess maybe that's one of the reasons also that they say marriages are not, we have a lot of divorce rates because any small thing, I'm out, you know, any small argument, you know, it's not for me and stuff. Even with friendships, you know. So how do you determine what can go into the new year? Is a temporary discomfort, we can have conversations about it, or it must go?
Well, I think sometimes people just, you know, sometimes you find yourself in circles where in the beginning of the relationship, you guys are not totally honest with yourselves, you know, because I see no reason why I have issues with my friends and I can't eat you up and say, I'm not comfortable with what you did, what you've just done, I don't like it, please don't do this again, you know. I think sometimes, maybe I'm talking to myself right now, a lot of times I'm very shy.
Non-confrontational.
Yes.
I'm very non-confrontational.
So I don't like to confront people and say, oh, I don't like what you've done. And sometimes I don't like to hurt them in the process. So I'd rather take the hurt and just, you know, just move back. But at the end of the day, it's not really doing good. You know, there are a lot of people I've started reaching out to recently. And then in my head, I'm like, why did I let them go in the first place? It does not really make a lot of sense. You know, so sometimes maybe when you want to block people out or you don't want them again, you want to ask yourself, what this person has done, would it matter in the next 1 year? Would I even remember? Would it still hurt me? You know, if it's not that deep, maybe it does not have to be, you know, it's just temporary. Just getting your feelings, you know, talk to the person if you need to, and then move on. You can't cut out everybody. At the end of the day, not everybody would, you know, exactly, yes.
Absolutely. You guys, the ladies, agree?
Yeah, okay.
So I just feel like the block button is there for a reason.
Look,
But then again, you know, the part of being lonely, of course. But for me, I feel like sometimes block is also, that's why there's also unblock. You understand? Because sometimes in your life, you just need your peace. You just need to create that tranquility around you to listen to your spirit, soul, and body. And sometimes these people that you are trying to get to understand you are not allowing you to have that peace.
But you might not need to block to get that space.
No. There are some people.
Might be emotional blocking. It doesn't have to be
honest,
in the block button
well, the
online.
thing about it depends on who we are talking about. It could be your friends, it could be family. And when it becomes family, trust me, a family can call you at any time of the day. Do you understand? And I understand because they care about you, they're concerned about you. But if you're moving into that new level, that you actually know that family might not, you know, really
help you get there.
Yes.
Family loves you. They love you so much, sometimes to a fault.
Yes.
So that is something you need to understand, that as much as you love your family and they love you, sometimes if you're moving into new horizon, new spaces, you need to.
I mean, I asked that question because, I asked that question because, like I said, I have also been at the point in my life where it was just, you know, you're making me uncomfortable. I don't like how you think. I don't like your values. Lock. And as you get older, you realize how much more you need your friends. You need people. Thank God for my sisters who are my age. But I've found that, I now start looking wistfully at, oh God, I wish I didn't lose this friendship. I wish I had, been more intentional about this friendship instead of just, we had a little fallout. Because I'm also very non-confrontational. So I'd rather just silently just move myself out of that relationship.
I think for women, it's funny because we kind of do that more with our friends. We tend to forgive our men for even the worst of mistakes. I'm sorry, but like that, your friend would do one tiny little thing and you're out. But your man would, it would hurt you over and over again, and you're there forgiving and all of that. True. I think the same benefit of doubt that we give our friends, we should extend it equally. Yes, that we give our men, we should give our friends too.
So true. Wow, it's been such an enlightening conversation so far, and thanks to our guest Olamiji for those powerful insights on what it truly costs to step into a new beginning. And trust me, we're just getting warmed up. When we come back, we'll switch gears a little and hear practical takeaways in our life hack. And of course, when we come back, it's going to be time for agree or disagree segments. So don't go away.
It's the big conversation. It's the big conversation.
Welcome back. Now it's time for one of our favorite parts of the show, agree or disagree, where we present bold statements, sometimes controversial, sometimes surprising, and our guest gets to tell us exactly where they stand and why. So here's our statement for today on the screen. You cannot step into 2026 with a 2025 mindset. You cannot step into 2026 with a 2025 mindset. Is it Aguaya to Maguire, or is it a true statement? Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Dagri. We have something called Dagri. When you are in the middle.
It's the first time I'm disagreeing.
Dagri, you can't step into 2026 with a 2025 mindset. Okay, since you agree full on, why?
I agree. I think 2026 is the year to be audacious. I've seen a lot of things happening in 2025, and I'm like, wow, things that in the past 3, 4, 5 years I don't think would make sense, and it's making sense now. So I think people need to evolve. People need to evolve. It's a space. It's a social media world now. You need to be out of your shell. This is not the time to say, oh, I'm good, but people are not seeing you. Put yourself out there.
Visible.
See, there are even talents in Nigeria that a lot of us are not looking into. Recently, I saw this guy on social media that sells native caps. And I was shocked.
Giddy, Fila Giddy. She's here. Yes, Giddy.
And I said, how in God's name? In the past, I think 3, 4 years ago, I wouldn't even think he would survive a month. And he has a large following. People will fly him, all over Nigeria to come deliver to them and all of that. So I think people need to understand that in 2026, people are not playing small again. You need to really, you can't carry that mindset in 2026. Well, for me.
All right, Titi.
Yeah, I think it's a personal thing, because if your mindset in 2025 got you results, then why not? You need to keep at it. But if your mindset in 2025 did not get your results, then you have to change it. So it's personal. It's not a holy. I mean, it's not a universal statement. That's why I agree.
General.
Okay. So I think that's the same thing. That's the reason, because when you say the mindset of 2025, what was your mindset in 2025, and then what is the new mindset in 20? Because if you're talking about tasks, the new tax laws, then you know that, okay, if you were not in that line, if you're not working towards making sure you earn and pay tax, then you need to change how you earn money and how you
Right.
pay your tax. So there are so many, you need to really tailor it if you are
Right.
going to answer that question effectively. So that's why I did.
I agree and disagree as well. I agree because I agree with everybody. However, I agree with you because I also feel like it's not like, oh, there's a general mindset for 2025. I also believe that, just like teachers said, that if your mindset, you have, that's why that board meeting with you, yourself, and you is very important, because when you sit there and you think about, okay, what was my mindset in 2025? It was a no-no then. However, I also feel like it needs to change. There needs to be a change. Because whatever worked in 2025, there's new things that are being rolled out for the next year.
Yes.
AI and all of those things, and there's going to be more.
Yes.
So there's no way, you have to evolve. Whether where you were in 2025 got you results, you want more results, right?
Yes.
Everybody wants more results. So you have to still open your mind. So I wouldn't say maybe change your mindset. However, I would say, if you can evolve a little bit. You can, there's still room for improvement.
Yes.
So that's why I would say that, yes. But I just feel like sometimes when people say that, it's all just aspire to aspire, or your mindset in 2025. Well, so you are the one that can determine that, just like Titi said.
And I will pay you a compliment, Ronnie, because I've seen your results this year. So, and I know that next year, your results, if you have this mindset next year, the charts are going to just go off.
Thank you so much.
Well
Same
done.
to you, ladies. I know Friday anyway. We'll leave it for
Tomorrow,
tomorrow. However, so I feel like if you don't take anything away from here, what Titi said, I think is what I'm taking away from here. Sit down in a room, be quiet, and imagine that there's lots of you. Be very, very tough with yourself with the truth. Because if people can lie to you, but if you lie to yourself, it's the worst thing you can ever do to yourself.
Yes.
So have those conversations and determine, okay, what kind of mindset did I have this year? Did I have the mindset that people must always come and give me? Take is your mindset. In 2026, it's time to give, and everybody has something to give.
Absolutely.
Forget it. I don't care who you are. You have something to give. But we see it on social media all the time. Girls, guys, they are always looking for someone to give them. You see in the comment section begging. In my DM, there's always someone begging. But you have value. I always tell people you have value to give. If you don't know, go and that's why it's more important to have that sit down with yourself and, okay, what value? Because even Don Jazzy said it. You are coming to Don Jazzy, find out what Don Jazzy needs, because Don Jazzy, there's something you can give Don, even if it's just come and take his picture. Every time, mentor me. Please come with something I can get from you first before I can waste my time, in quotes, to come and mentor you. So that's why I think that it's a combination of both. There's no 2026 agenda that everybody's going to be thinking about.
Yes.
But what you sit down and think about, okay, what didn't allow me grow in 2026? That's what I need to change. What worked? We need to now evolve, make that even better. So that's what I would say.
Yeah. Done.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's just a good conversation. We'll have our wise words very quickly, and Olamiji will read it for us. Let's take our wise words on the web. Olamiji, can you read it for us?
Okay. The beautiful journey of today can only begin when we learn to let go of yesterday.
Steve Maraboli. Yes, it's okay to let go. I know it's scary to let go, but
It is.
you know what? You can't enter into a new room still holding on to the doorknob of the old
carrying
room.
baggages.
Yes, and I feel that fear. That's what I always tell people. Feel that fear. It's a new year. Feel that fear. You don't know what's going to happen, but you can prepare yourself, and stuff like that. What's the meaning of your name? I'm very curious.
Olamiji. Olatutiji. Okay, can I say it in Yoruba?
Yes.
Okay, my wealth has
woken up. It's my time.
Like when parents just believe that, this child will come
is
with a lot
ushering
of
on.
blessings, so that's the meaning of the
sweet.
name.
That's so nice. Wow, lovely. Thank you, ladies. You guys are so deep. And I learned, oh my goodness. I'm going to go, when we wrap up this season, go and start watching The Big Conversation again, because I learned so much just sitting at this table from you ladies. And thank you, Olamiji, for
yesterday I was scrolling through some of your content online. I'm like, amazing. It makes a lot of sense. There's always something to learn. If you're not watching, if you're not staying glued here, I don't know what you're doing.
Thank you. Trust me, my inner child gets healed every time I'm at this table, every time I watch. And, thank you to you.
Thank you,
ladies.
Ronnie.
But we'll say, hopefully we won't cry tomorrow when we wrap up the season. But that brings us to the end of today's episode of The Big Conversation. We've laughed, we've reflected, and most importantly, we've learned that new beginnings don't just happen because the calendar flips. They happen when we intentionally release what no longer serves us. Huge thank you to my dear friend Olamiji Temiyemi for sharing her wisdom and experience and such refreshing honesty. And to you watching from home, thank you for spending your time with us. Remember, 2026 isn't just another year, it's another chance. And you deserve to step into it lighter, clearer, and more aligned. So join us again tomorrow for another powerful conversation. I'm Ronke. Kiwa Onofua. Keep watching
The
Big
Big
Conversation.
Voices rising, stories told, truth unfolding, brave and bold. In this space we speak our mind, different views all intertwined. It's the